Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is 𝘲𝘃𝘵 and today I brought you a topic of interest to me, of course, because this is my new podcast. Kind of, it's just kind of like my recordings. This is kind of like a podcast, but at the same time I just show you my process of what I'm doing and what I'm currently working on. So it's it's just a mixed bag, you know, as always here. And the topic of today is AI, guys. We're gonna talk about AI. Yeah, we're so excited about the future. We're not. Everybody's fucking freaking out, bro. Everybody's just freaking the fuck out. But what I want to talk about is the advantages of an upcoming economy that uh, will be revolving around the technology the AI is now developing and eventually will transform itself with, I don't know, more innovations, a little bit of tweaking on the algorithm behind the systems and the servers where this self-learning technology of the AI, this intelligence, storage all their knowledge to create not just pictures but videos. Um, you know, sometimes it could create comics too. Um, can create illustrations. Can create advertisement. So these new technologies, because I'm not just talking about Mid Journey or shit like that right now. I'm talking about the next steps that will will be pretty soon. Like I'm talking about here for 3 to 5 years of these technology, getting marinated and really get used to the process of extended use of this technology will eventually perfect it. So in my point of view, it is a lot of opportunities, job opportunities for a lot of people. uh, there is a way to create careers with the help of AI. I think and that's another part of the title of this video. That is the evolution of advertisement. The practically is for me the use of AI plus a hybrid manipulation with programs like Procreate or with Photoshop. I will prefer you guys use Adobe, you know, programs like Photoshop and all that stuff. It's always my recommendation, but my assistant is refusing to use Photoshop. I don't know why he just like Procreate. I don't like that program. I think the people who use that program are lame. You guys need to start using Photoshop. I'm gonna be like that. My assistant, just because he's my assistant and he has a lot of talent and he's kind of like in the same level as me. The rest of y'all asses, if we, not just kidding, but the rest of the artists that I will hire, my requirement will be that you at least have a minimal knowledge of how to use Photoshop and Illustrator. Sorry, um, those both programs. That will be kind of like my requirement for being part of the creative office here in 𝘲𝘃𝘵𝘁. I don't know why I went crazy right there. Probably it's a monster. Never mind. So, this video was brought you by, just let me remind you of my webcomic, Dark Tales. If you are watching the screen right now, you will see a pre-recording video of me coloring the cover of the continuation of my new installment of horror stories, because Dark Tales is my anthology of short horror stories, and this cover is for Trapped in the House of Flies, a new installment that I just dropped the last Halloween. Now I'm working on the interiors, the story. I'm doing some art, doing a lot of stuff. Actually, is a lot on my plate right now. So I'm still working. I'm still developing as fast as I can. But the only thing different now with this continuation of the story, we're gonna have a filling artist for this continuation of this story, and he's gonna be my assistant, but with my help and with my layout. So it's gonna be kind of like he kind of draws like me, and anyway, I'm a piece of shit, so I'm always like critiquing him and making him redraw some other shit. So, you know, it's not gonna come out until I feel that everything is fine, everything is correct, and if we drop that shit will be fire. Like, we're gonna burn an entire fucking, I don't know, block, or I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, that shit, if I drop that comic, I'm gonna cause a catastrophe or some shit like that, an accident. Somebody gonna have a heart attack. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That's why I live for. But let's go back to the AI thing, okay? So my opinion and the conversation that is going around in the circles, the dorks on the Conservative Party, more, it's just the dorks on the Conservative Party. Well, the leftists just talk about AI, but they just bitch about it. But kind of like the conversation with a little bit of intelligence and logic is with a lot of dorks in the Conservative Party. But let's pretend that the everybody's talking about this shit, because only the nerds are just fighting around this shit. Nerds and geeks, a little bit. The fans, some care, some don't. I'm not gonna deny that it's always gonna be like, a basis of fans of, or people that they will be always be obsessed with real artists and with the craft and all the stuff. But I will recognize too the new generations, starting from Gen Z and beyond. Those generations, they're are not so in tune to the craft, or the creation or the passion of making comics. Not even in the old way. Not they don't even know how I do comics, and I don't think they don't care. But we are here to make them care, and I'm here to make a little bit of a balance between, using these new technologies and still, doing kind of a hybrid between traditional with digital and a little bit of AI here and there for advertisement or illustrations, memes, things that are kind of like outside of the main comics, because for me, I just use AI for advertisement, and I already see an entire career born out of it, because what I do is like I just use any platform of AI, because I don't pay none of that shit because I'm broke. I'm broke and retarded, okay? So don't forget that. I'm broke and retarded, and what else? And I'm a dwarf. But I'm a cool dwarf. I have a sword and a crack pipe. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What the fuck I was talking about? Okay, so let's say with Photoshop and with some, let's say if I type a prompt into any program that can give me like free images of it, like a free generator of pictures of AI, I would use it. Okay, I would just write a little phrase like, give me a dark, foggy city, and then I would just say, showing a monster or something like that, and the server and the website will give me a picture depicting what I was just describing in the prompt. It has it, and it doesn't have to be so complex. And most of the time, even though if you prompt in a really really complex manner, like you are really detailed in like what you want to see in a picture, uh, even if you paid or you don't pay, there are many ways that you can use AI, create your own images, blah 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 blah. You get the point. But the thing is that you took those images, and then in Photoshop you just cut them, you just make a little collage, and then you just mix them up. You then repolish the image. You probably finish up redrawing the entire picture, because that's what I do, and I think that adds a value to the advertisement that you are creating, because it's not fully AI, is a hybrid. But I still think that it's necessary to study marketing, study graphic design. Um, I think that career is still important. I've been hearing around some conversations in the conservative sphere, saying that graphic design will be a bygone, let's say, endeavor or career. No, I think with AI, it will become more efficient. Probably it will narrow the opportunities for a lot of people. People that will not get so, you know, they are not caught up to all these new technologies. Probably they will suffer. I think the new creators, new creative people that want to do advertisement, do um, magazines, um, or other types of printed entertainment, um, using AI and mixing it up with learning about graphic design. I'm not saying go to college and go in depth to pursue these things. There's a lot of courses and ways to learn, marketing and plus a graphic design together. That's another thing. I think it both are a killer. That's how you understand, how to use it. It's like, for me, marketing is the the knowledge of how to use a katana, and graphic design is the katana. So it's kind of like you have to learn before you use a katana or any type of weapon. Have to learn how to use it, how to wield it. That's that's for me the process. And people that are more wired into um, advertisement and graphic design, marketing, I think is beneficiary to add to your catalog of books and things that you have to learn how to use AI and mix it up with programs like Photoshop to create more original ideas that nobody will deny it, and I will not deny that there are human creations. Either way, there is a human involved, between the creation of the AI and the final product. It was a human involved. So I will not deny the people that will use this approach to their future artistic endeavors. I will not deny you the title of graphic designer or artist. You are kind of like the new type of generations that I think that there will be essentials that I think that I will need, because for now I'm doing my own advertisement. I doing my creating my own ideas, my own publicity stunts, if you want to say it. Sometimes I will go unhinged on purpose because I'm unhinged all the time. All the time. You don't have idea. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think the studying advertisement is something that will be interesting in a few years, or just marketing, and plus, graphic design is something that will be still important. But don't go to college if you don't have the money. Just learn whatever you can in the internet. There is a lot of courses that you can buy. And yeah, I think that will be a better approach to future um, creators, I will say, or graphic designers. But that career is not over yet. I don't see how it will be over. I will see the price of, you know for hiring those type of people with those type of skills will be higher, because what I am worried about is efficiency, and efficiency is expensive. So if you are more efficient, you can charge more. So that's how I see it. So if you have a mixed bag of skills, um, it will help you out in the long run. So either way, it sells, but yeah, marketing is sales. But now that we are talking into, like, we are talking about printing marketing, like magazines and shit like that. It's a different type of sales than just talking to people. The regular stuff, like the classic way to view sales. But basically, marketing is sales, but view it as how to sell stuff in books, and not just in books, in social media, and ways that you can you can use as in your advantage AI. you know so that will be helpful. But and plus, let's go back to comics, but far away from advertisement, but into another topic is going around that probably AI is gonna replace artists and creative people, people with imaginations, with wild dreams and visions and shit. Because we're just crazy people, you know, crazy people, crazy. But no, actually, I don't think the not right now and not in a near future a lot of artists will be replaced, because people still love our authenticity, and they, I don't know, it is something cool to to be a fan of a human being that, you know, you have the chance to still believe in that, oh my god, people are born with gifts and talents and stuff. And that's why a lot of people are arguing around and saying that now people that are using AI are not respecting the, you know, the emotional weight that the creating art me meant for means for artists. And you know, all these egos and hubris, you know, fighting around in this sphere that it's not just comics, it's artists and illustrators, and a lot of chaos around here. So um, people are still arguing about what is the point of creating a doll and sometimes unoriginal art that is stealing from other artists. And most of the time, that that argument that AI is just stealing from other artists, sometimes I think it does an exaggeration. There is ways that you can prompt the in using any website that they can give you pictures of AI for free. You can prompt something, let's say random, and it will throw you a picture that is something that you never seen before, that you don't recognize any style of any other artist. Sometimes AI is like that, because what I'm the images that I'm using to do my advertisements are one good picture that I have to modify on Photoshop out of thousands of tries. So most of the time, the pictures the server throws at you are not well put together. There is a lot of fixing that you have to do, and if you have the luck to find one picture that is minimum, the needs minimal modifications on Photoshop, that's a win. And plus, if you still trying, that's how you can have original pictures and ideas that you never seen before. So that argument, the AI only just steal art from other people, I see them a little bit moronical. I think the servers are learning and relearning by themselves. I think that's why they were built to, you know, search and find answers and solve problems. So I think I'm just probably just talking gibberish right now, because I know about technology, but I'm not that crazy about. but I can hire somebody who is crazy about technology to explain everything to me. So I can believe that I'm a smarter that I am. Actually, I'm an idiot. So yeah, I think the argument that AI is just stealing from other artists is moronic. Plus, if you are doing the hybrid method of taking some picture and then modify it in any other program, uh, you probably will end up with another whole different style. So is a lot of pathways that you can create a lot of different cool and awesome stuff using AI. So I think it will open more job opportunities than decreasing job opportunities. Uh, and I know that we are kind of like in a rough spot uh, economically. I'm aware of it. I'm not just that retarded, but sometimes I'm just focused on you know doing my job that is finish this stupid book. So that's why I sometimes I'm just out there, out there. But go back to the point. Let's go back to the fucking point. Um, it's a lot of good things for the future. Um, using AI for artists, non-artists, writers. Um, I don't think it will diminish opportunities. Um, I think if it is well used just as a tool, uh, and people are not just upfront really against this type of new technologies, I think we can evolve not just the comic industry but a lot of other industries, even animation. um, oh my god, just imagine trailers of any comics, even my comics, and animated by AI. Just imagine the possibilities with these type of technologies that we need to use in our advantage. Because I think pursuing these uh, perfectionist ways of creating art with the old methods and the old rules, um, it's just gonna create stagnation. And I think that yeah, we need to erupt these status quo and evolve and go far and beyond and explore, experiment, fail, fail upwards. But I don't think it is gonna be beneficial to anyone to just stay. If we're staying in this industry in the state of stagnation that we are in, just bickering and fighting for nonsensical arguments and delusional worries about who's gonna get replaced, who's an artist, who's a professional, who doesn't is who's not a professional. um and yeah, the market is changing, and no matter how many videos, how many propaganda you spend your money on to try to bend the market to your favor, it will not gonna happen. The market has uh, the the market decides, and if the market decides the yeah, if these new technologies and new ways of creating art and entertainment are faster and more efficient, uh, people will not doubt to go that route, and the old ways and the old guard in the art scene will lose power, a lot of power. And yeah, I think that's why people are saying no one is safe, because actually, yeah, no one is safe. We are living in historical times. We are seeing the evolution of technology and AI, and I think that it will be helpful. I don't. I think the being afraid of it is moronic and a little bit. I don't know, leftist for a lot of people. That's another thing. Is like a lot of conservative people. They were starting arguing and bitching about AI, uh, kind of like mimicking leftist tactics and ways of speaking and shit. And I don't know. It's just weird. We are in a weird timeline. We are in a weird timeline. But yeah, I think that's my 2 cents. I'm not drunk. I'm sober. I'm just tired. I'm just tired of living. I'm just tired of everything. I just want to jump off a fucking bridge and fuck all of y'all. No, I'm just kidding. 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 It's a joke. It's a joke. Okay, but yeah, that was all for me for today. Yeah, that was enough. So, um, you can leave now, and don't forget to, yeah, drink water and be nice with people and shit. And um, I don't know, smoke your vape. I don't know. Uh, see ya.